Hannah Erica here. I picked up these chairs from Facebook Marketplace for $0. Don't sleep on Facebook Marketplace. They're based off of my Pinterest pin of these wood furniture chairs, which is my inspiration for my porch refresh. I just was in love with these chairs, and when I saw them on Facebook Marketplace, I was like, wow, they are nice and great solid wood, and I'd say have so much potential. But my only issue is these green pillow covers. I'm glad that they can come off, but to buy new ones is quite expensive, at least $60 per seat. So I was trying to think of what I can do, and so I decided to just dye them. But the dye that I had for my craft room is really supposed to be for cotton or natural materials. So I pretty much know that I really wasn't supposed to do this, but I said I can go darker. I put a little bit of the blue and definitely the black to try to darken it up. I was hoping for a navy. Realized I said hoping. That didn't happen. But I said, let me just do the process and just keep it in really long, because something like this, you're only supposed to you only have to leave it in for like 30 minutes to an hour. But I figured, let me leave it in longer than that and let it just really soak in. And so I said, let me let this soak in, and then I can go get started on the actual porch chair. And so part of the porch refresh is to hang my lights back up. Now, I'm not as trifling as you think. The wind just constantly keep blowing down those set of lights. I have them all around the front of the porch, but those will never stay on. And I have clips that's already there from the last 2 times I tried to hang it up. So I came up with an idea to put a little bit of super glue on the tabs of each of it, which I'm not showing at the moment. I'm putting it up while there's not much wind, and then I go back around, I don't want to bore you to death, and put the super glue dab on each one, because I have no intention of taking these down, and I really just want some pretty lights up. Okay, I thought I wasn't showing a super glue one, but I did. I just put just a dab at the opening of each one and hope that they were able to dry before a gust of wind come by. I don't know why the wind is so strong there. But lights are just a part of making the porch look pretty. That's just how I feel. And so now for the real work. I did notice that it had webs, it had eggs and stuff in there, and I think it was on my porch for a while, maybe 2 weeks maybe. So I guess it could have happened then, because I don't remember seeing it when it was loaded in my vehicle. But no problem. I decided, because they were outside chairs, I wasn't going to worry about scrubbing them down just yet. I wanted to focus on sanding them down. And as anyone know who has sand before, like, this is not an easy task. I was just happy to have some fresh air around me and have the time to just sand each one. I not only had to use the power sander wherever I can reach, but I also had to use the hand sander to get in certain crevices, which I know I don't have any footage of me hand sanding it, because sometimes I think the sanding part could be a little boring to watch, so I don't want to torture you with too much of my sanding. But hopefully you like and what's going on so far, and subscribe to my page. I do a lot of makeovers, whether for the home and just things that make sense for people who may be living off a smaller budget. Um, when I finished doing the first chair, I was not too glad with what it looked like, but I knew that I was going to stain it, so I wasn't going to let that deter me. And I had to do a lot of hand sanding for the parts that I couldn't get the sander in. And then I knew I was going to power wash it, which I do not have that on film. I know I don't have that on film. I power washed with my washer. Actually, I didn't use my power washer. I used my hose on that jet setting just to kind of clean the chairs out. Once the sanding was done, I hosed the chairs down completely, and I power washed around the porch a little bit just to kind of clear out any sand or dirt around before I started actually working on it. And it's outside, so everything dried pretty quick. And I had other projects I was able to work on while that continued to dry. I do want to say that I had company coming like literally within a week, coming from out of town. And I wanted to make sure that not only my guest bedroom was ready, but they had some place to kind of sit outside if they wanted to just relax. And my porch definitely wasn't ready for that. I totally sold all of my porch things, and I was planning on like making porch things, me and my boyfriend, like the ones I showed on Pinterest that can be made, but the time just kept getting away. You know, we both work full-time jobs. So, this is what it looked like after I done all the sanding I'm going to do. I would say it like that. I'm like, I done all I'm going to do. And so back to my basement lair, I went to remove the cushions. They literally was in there for about 3 hours. So I thought, tripling the time was enough to get these to be pretty dark. And when I lift them up, they were blackish, but after I washed them with cold water, they still was like a dark green. But like I said, I was on a time crunch, so I had to continue moving on with what I needed to do. And that was moving on to the bottom half of the porch. I got the lights up now. I use these zip ties that I have to put up some greenery around so it can kind of feel a sense of privacy and coziness, to kind of warm the porch area a little bit. I got these off of Amazon. If somebody individually wants to know, I can definitely send it, but they have a million of them. I got 3 boxes of these, and I really like them because they come in a roll, but you could also unsnap whatever you don't need, which I didn't realize that till I got almost to the end. I'm like, this is too much, because I bought 3 of them, and you're able to like unsnap them and kind of decide how much you want to be on there. Plus, I got these because I was tired of I have nice neighbors, but their things was rolling underneath the gate. The shirt, a pack of cigarettes, things kept rolling to my side. And so I was tired of the trash. But my purpose is just to create a sense of privacy and some coziness. And I thought this would do it. And so when I got towards the end, I was able to see exactly what I needed to see to know that I could simply cut it off where I need it. So the chairs are dry, and I decided to just stain it with this particular stain called Hillman. It's a very strong stain, I will say that. I did use it for a project I did before, a buffet, but it was clearly meant for something on the outside. It's a wood stain. It's meant for like an outside project. And because these chairs are going to be outside all the time and they're wood, I just wanted something to protect them. And so, and to give it that pretty look that stain does. It's top coat poly, but it does give it a slight color, which should be great. I was very happy as I was spreading it on. So while they dry, I did buy these outdoor throw pillows at Amazon, and 4 of them were $15.99, which is really a good deal. I had some leftover just pillow things. We all have them that we don't use. And so I picked the 2 throw pillows that were more likely what I needed out there. And the other 2 could be a backup. But I also had leftover things in my craft room from when I make throw pillows. And I bought the wrong type of polyfill. This one was for like stuffing hard, like those dolls that are stuffing, but it's very firm. It's not really soft. And I said, let me just use all of those for these pillows. And I did consider making my own throw pillows, but you'd be surprised, buying the materials for something could cost way more than just buying it. I definitely would not have spent $15.99 to get 2 throw pillows, to get throw pillow material. You definitely know that. So I decided to just buy the pillows, and so that you have a throw pillow on the chair. Looks more cozy. And for the rug, which I did buy from Amazon also, and I just thought it looked pretty good. I actually picked out the rug before the pillows, and it was an outdoor rug, and I just felt like it was fun and nature, and wasn't too expensive. Okay, this is actually the finished look for now. I do want to put like a center table. I got a table I got to work on, but this is how it looked from my company. Tell me what you think. Please like and subscribe.